everyone, here we are in the hair and makeup room for today's Q&A with moi and my lovely interviewer.
It's round two.
Round two.
Round two Q&A.
We have our hair done so far. I've done my base and Cara is about to finish off all the finishing touches for me.
You look fab already.
Thanks, gal.
She's done.
Thank God Cara has all of this beautiful stuff in front of her because I can just have a lot of fun playing with it.
Yeah, that's true.
So, let's go for our Q&A. What you
ready
got
for
for me,
this?
Myrna O'Mahony? Let's
Okay.
go.
So this is our first Facebook questions from Renee. How does it feel to be the grandma of the group when you were the baby once upon a time?
I actually am the grandma now.
Never.
It's hard to believe that I was the baby of the group and now I am the oldest. That is very strange for me. But it's been really special actually coming back into Celtic Woman in a completely different place in my life. Both as a person and as a professional. I think, you know, when I left the show to go on and do my own things, it's kind of coming back with all of that experience and being out in the real world, I guess, has been really good for me. You know, it really has. It's taught me a lot. I also think I didn't realise it until I came back on this tour that having the likes of Lisa Kelly, like she was my mom, my big sister when I was here, and Mairead Nesbitt was the mom of the tour bus when I was here, you know, and it's funny that subconsciously there's so much, I guess, from my time with them that I spent touring as a kid that I picked up, and learned, and only now has that kind of kicked in, coming back in, and then, you know, being the
Chloe
eldest.
is like the mama of our group in terms of like you're just always looking out for people, always just making sure that everyone has everything they need. But I think it's cool as well that like we're all quite similar in age, all of us that are currently, so that must be
exactly.
quite different for you to be with people who are
very true.
I suppose closer in age to you.
Very true. Yeah, I guess that we're gal pals, exactly. The buzz of the girls on this bus, this tour has been just magic. Like I feel soul sisters for life, like, which is really, really special, honestly. And Cara is our fifth Celtic Woman on tour. Like she is our best gal pal on the tour bus. So yeah, it's been like some ways it's like no time has passed, and then it's a whole new world as well for me, you know.
A whole new world.
So give me an excuse to start singing Disney.
Okay, that was a great question actually. This next one is from Silly. Out of all the solos you have performed with Celtic Woman throughout the years, which one has been your favourite?
Ooh, that's a
great
good question. Honestly, When You Believe, which is a really special song to me, is one of the first songs I recorded when I was young on one of my first albums, and it was a big part of my life in Celtic Woman for a long time. And now getting to be back on this tour and performing a newer version of it with the voice that I have now, it's funny, the song is I never get tired of singing it. I love it so much,
and it gets such a reaction from the audience. It's such a favourite, like it's a classic one of Celtic Woman's as well, and yours, specifically yours, which is great.
Yeah, I think so. And I did always love singing Ave Maria too. In the past tours, that always was a very special moment in the show for me. But I think of a song that will always hold a dear place in my heart, it has to be When You Believe. I'm delighted to be doing it this tour.
Oh, it is a great one. This next one's from Lizzie. How old were you when you sang The Spanish Lady with Celtic Woman?
Oh my gosh. I think I had just turned 16. I think the first time we did Spanish Lady was on our New Journey DVD. And it was fun because I think it was one of the first ones that we actually started doing kind of proper choreography, you know, and we actually had little moves and everybody knows the signature dun, 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 dun. That was the shoulder move in Spanish Lady. So yeah, I think I was 16, and that was always such a fun one that we enjoyed doing on tour at the end of the show, and it would be amazing to look out and see how many fans would do the show with us. Yeah, it was really
I
cute.
love that. Fab. This next one's from Hayley. How do you get your voice ready for every show? Congratulations on your 18th year of being a Celtic Woman.
Ooh, thank you. How do we get voice ready? Well, there's a couple of things. I mean, rest is the most important thing I think that you can have for your voice. you trying to get as much sleep here and there, and trying to do as much vocal rest as you can is important.
So important.
You've taught me a great tip this tour, the straw tip, which is brilliant. I mean, I'd heard lots of singers who'd done that over the years, but actually been properly taught it by you this tour has really helped, because I do think on days that you are feeling a little bit more vocally fatigued, it's a gentle warm-up to do. For anybody who doesn't know the trick, it's, go on, Mary, you tell them better than I do.
Well, no, but it's you're so right. I think whenever, especially because we are singing literally every day, your voice only needs like minimal kind of warm up at that stage. So it's just a gentle warm up of basically blowing through a really thin, small straw, and just kind of humming while you blow through it. So it's kind of easier to demonstrate with the straw, but it's been an oldie but goldie for me.
My other one as well is just like literally doing Cara's scale. That's like my go-to after I do humming ones, just to clear your throat. And honey and lemon and throat coats.
That's banana.
And Ricola. Like
saviors.
Staple before every show.
It's funny, even sometimes when I'm kind of like, oh, I don't even really feel like I need to have this honey lemon, I'm like, I do it every show, so I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah,
you know, it's kind
it
of
completely is routine.
Yeah,
it is routine. Yeah, and it's funny how we all have different warm-ups as well, and sometimes I'll hear you in the dressing room doing yours, and I'll join in.
Yeah, we all
just
do
be like, oh, that's a good one to do. Yeah.
Fab. So this next one is from Nancy, and she said, "Thank you so much for Ridgefield. It was my first Celtic Woman concert, and I cried when it was over."
Oh, Nancy, big hugs.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that was actually a fantastic audience.
That was an amazing show. I love that show.
She says, "If you could do a duet with any famous singer, who would it be and why?"
Oh my God, that's a tough one. Myrna Mahay.
Sweetie, we do.
My gal. I have always said my vocal idols growing up were Celine Dion.
Yeah.
And her male counterpart was Josh Groban.
Yeah,
for me. They were always two of the voices that I adored growing up. Funny, as I've gotten older, Sarah Bareilles has been a huge influence on me as a songwriter and as a adult contemporary vocalist. So they would probably be my top three. If anybody watching this knows any of them, please put in a good word.
Talk to us later.
I would love that. Would be like a dream come true. Honestly, David Phelps was one of mine too, and I got to perform with him last year, and now I was like crying side stage when I was watching him, and it was a very overwhelming moment. But it did confirm my belief that if you want something enough and you put it out there into the universe, and you really do hope and wish for it, sometimes good things happen.
Yeah.
You know, so
never out of the realm of possibility.
Fingers crossed.
Big time. Actually, I was only thinking of Sarah Bareilles' voice. Bareilles? The other day, I'm just like, she just has this like storytelling.
Yeah, completely.
And but like also her ability to kind of just seamlessly move through her voice. She's just incredible.
She really is, and a really cool person too. I just love her spirit, and I've seen her so many times in concert, and every time I go, she's one of the few artists who I will actually cry watching, because she's just brilliant.
Also, do you know, you see those people and you're like, I know that we'd be best friends.
Yes, completely.
I know that we would be best friends if we could just hang out for 5 minutes.
Hang out, have some rosés, Sarah. Come on, join the gals club.
Literally. Cool. This next one's from Matthew. "I worked your show in Yakima, and I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you taking the time to autograph my copy of the Postcards from Ireland album. It really means a lot."
Ah, Matthew, that's so lovely. That was another lovely show too. Really enjoyed that one.
And it's such an honour for us to do that. And I mean, Chloe, I know did it, but to get to meet you guys.
Thank you so much. That's such a lovely comment.
And he said, "My question for Chloe is about the song Angel. What was the reason you chose to cover this song, and does it have any special meaning for you?"
Oh, it has a very special place in my heart. I actually couldn't believe when our wonderful new musical director, Dara O'Toole, came to us with the song choices that he had made for Postcards from Ireland. Himself and the creative team had chosen Angel for me, which is a song that I have always wanted to record. But it in recent years held a very special place because my family asked me to perform it at my grandmother's funeral at her passing, and that was the last time I had sung it. Was several years ago at her funeral, and it's always been a song that I've loved, but then having that association with it just solidified how important a song it was to me. So I actually couldn't believe it was one that they had chosen when I had just genuinely always loved it and wanted to do it. So it was very special. We actually only we did a couple of straight takes in the studio of it, and I recorded it as you would as a whole song, which was really special because it allowed you to just feel it and just sing it from your heart and your soul. And then, crazy enough, when we came to do Postcards from Ireland, I couldn't believe that they had chosen the location that they did for it, because that was somewhere that I had always wanted to go, to Comer Abbey, and to have the chance to actually perform it there was really special. And I remember the morning we filmed it, we went into the chapel on the grounds there, and the particular part of the chapel that we were filming in, this beautiful light poured in through the stained glass windows, and it was very spiritual. I actually felt her presence there with me that day, getting actually chills just thinking about it. Like, but it was a really special moment, and now getting a chance to perform it on tours is really special. Every night I love singing it.
I remember after you had filmed in Comer Abbey, I think everyone that was there that day was kind of like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Because obviously they maybe didn't necessarily know the association that, or the meaning that it held for you, but our director even Donal said that something felt really special and spiritual that day. So
he even shed a little tear that day. I think there was a special energy in the room, and I
think that it also comes through in the special like that. I think I know when I first watched Angel, I was kind of like...
Yeah, and there is a little clip that I actually caught of me shedding a little tear. And it was because I was just moved that I was getting the chance to return to Celtic Woman with a song that really meant so much to me, in a location that I've always wanted to go, that my nana frequently visited. And just feeling that special energy that day was a moment I'll never forget. So thank you for that lovely question. I appreciate that.
Great question. So we're moving on to some Instagram questions. So this is from Christina Demura. What's your sign of the zodiac?
Oh my goodness,
I love this question.
This is my kind of question. I am a Gemini, and I'm such a big believer in astrology and star signs and people being the person that they are based on what their date of birth is. I really am. I mean, I'm a hippie at heart.
No, I'm the same. So we would sit on the bus sometimes, and I'll be like, it's because I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah.
I know the way I'm behaving is because I'm an Aquarius.
Same as me. Yeah, it totally is. I do believe I'm a real Gemini. And it's my birthday now in less than 2 weeks. So bring it on. I'm very excited to be.
I think one of the first times we met each other, we ended up like doing a birth chart together.
Really?
We were like, so your rising sign.
Yeah. Do you have this up?
Yeah.
I have this up. Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. The next one is from Kata_Lulame. What is your favorite thing of every tour you've been in?
Oh wow. Well, other than sharing experiences with the people who you travel with, I do think that is very special. I mean, we have had some magic moments on this tour, both on stage and off stage. Like, I'm hand on my heart say these last couple of months have been some of the best months of my life, traveling with the people that we've been out here with. I mean that. It's genuinely so special. We have laughed together, we've cried together, we've just had the best times, of moments of pinching ourselves, have been like, are we really having this good a time? It's so good. I think as well, particularly after the last couple of years we've all had, for me, the best part of touring is my family have always called me Dora the Explorer, and it's because I love adventuring. I love either getting to new cities or going to cities that I've been before, and experiencing new things, being a tourist. That is the coolest thing I think about what we get to do. And then meeting people along the way who become a part of your story and your journey, both the people who we get to travel and live with, but the people who come to our shows too. It's so special to meet people of all ages, all backgrounds, who share their stories with you, and the impact that our music has had on them. I think that's something that I will never ever get used to or tired of ever hearing, because it's the whole thing that, because there's so much of what we do as well as you're in a recording studio, you're on a location shooting, you're doing things that you don't you don't realise that when that music goes out, it's going
Yeah.
out to people in places all over the world that you don't even know about.
And
you
it's
know?
connecting people
Completely.
that may never have met before. There's groups of fans who are so incredible that they are now friends because they once came to a Celtic Woman concert and now they're continuously
Yeah.
coming back, and it's amazing to see that impact that has.
Our amazing Celtic Woman fans, they know who
Amazing.
they are, who came
Yeah.
at the beginning of the tour on all of our Florida dates. I love that they also planned a trip to Disney together, and they all did
Amazing.
all of these other things as well as seeing our shows. So
Mhm.
you're absolutely right. I think that connection is really beautiful. It almost stems past the power of music.
Yeah.
You know, that it can unite people in ways that you
So
don't
many
even
ways.
realize. Yeah.
Also, we haven't fully come to terms with the fact that we are going to have to leave each other off a bus.
No, I'm gonna have withdrawal symptoms.
There's 5 girls on the bus, and each night we're kind of like, lads, I might have to FaceTime you every night
Yeah.
just to check in,
Yeah.
see how we're getting on.
Cup of teas and chats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next question is from Torley Marshall. What was your favourite location to shoot at for the Postcards from Ireland special?
Oh,
Loved
wow.
every second of it. Made me miss Ireland.
Gosh, these are all such good questions.
Yeah.
Thought-provoking. Honestly, that Postcards from Ireland experience was like nothing else I've ever done in my life. I think, again, not to keep going on about COVID, but the fact that we were not getting a chance to travel for so long, we couldn't go without outside the confines of our houses, and then suddenly, for me, I've spent so much of my life away and abroad, and I have all these places on my bucket list in Ireland that I've always wanted to see and travel to, and that whole experience being brought from one end of the country to the next, getting to see these iconic landscapes and tourist destinations, which, because we still had several restrictions in place, we had no international tourism, so you were getting to see the land in its raw, natural state, and it was just, yeah, it was an experience like none I've ever had.
And in the most unrealistic weather.
Completely, like
Blazing sunshine.
it was wild for us, wasn't it? I mean,
incredible.
I have to say, I think the day Inch Beach in Dingle, when we were the only ones on that beach that day,
And that's usually thronged with people.
yeah, that was surreal. Wasn't it Ballycastle as well, when we had the massive cliff behind
Yes.
us up north?
Yeah.
Was surreal, and I remember we were left on our own up on the side of it for one of the drone shots,
Yeah.
and the four of us were just like, guys,
What are we doing?
look at where we are right now. This is insane.
that,
It was incredible. Ballintoy Harbour as well, where
Yeah.
they shot a lot of Game of Thrones. That was really stunning. I remember the sun coming up that morning. It's actually the opening of the DVD, dawning of the day, and that was just, it was otherworldly.
I think
wasn't
Ballintoy
it?
for me was my
Yeah.
highlight. I just remember it was like 6 a.m. and the heat from that
Yeah.
sun on my back.
Yeah.
And when you're getting eyelashes put on
Yeah.
and makeup done at 2 a.m., you're kind of thinking, why? And then you get there at 6 a.m. and you're like, this is why.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, and obviously Clonmore Abbey, as I talked about, was a pretty special one. So sorry, it's hard to pick one because the whole experience was so moving.
Magic. I don't think you're ready for the next question.
Oh gosh, hit me.
This is from Lil Bird 431. How are Bonnie and Clyde doing without
Oh,
Mom
my
around?
babies! Woohoo! I might weep. They are doing great. Thank you very much for asking. I love that you're obviously a doggy person, an animal person, for caring to ask. They're doing good. I'm getting regular picture updates, and my sister just gave them a clip out. She sheared them and she gave them a bath, and
Oh, I love that.
she gave them a proper floofing the other day, so I've been getting little videos and
Oh.
pictures of that. And
We expect weekly content from Chloe and
Yeah.
Megan of their furry friends from home.
yeah, my mom, I was only actually talking to her yesterday, and the signal on WhatsApp was breaking up, and on the other end of the phone she was like, hello, Chloe, are you there? And apparently they went mental and ran, like barked and ran straight out to the gate, like thinking I obviously was outside.
No,
So
I'm
at least
not.
they haven't forgotten who I am.
I'm not emotionally stable enough.
I
for you to do
know.
that.
I am counting down the days to see them though. Counting down the days.
Fab. Okay, the next question is from Twitter. And favourite songs on and off the set list. So that's from Samwise493.
Oh wow. Okay, well if we're talking about Celtic Woman ones, definitely You Raise Me Up.
Love.
That is, I just love that. That is a song that is piece of my heart and soul from day one, a Celtic Woman, and always will be. And I never ever tire of singing it every night, and I love seeing the reaction it gets from the audience every night. Danny Boy has been pretty special this tour for me too. I mean, you introduce it every night, and when you hear how the crowd respond, it's so special. It makes you excited and proud to sing it then.
100%.
And that feeling is like no other. Other great songs off the set list that aren't in this show. I loved At the Cayley. That was a lot of fun. We did that for years in Celtic Woman. And gosh, what other ones? Send Me a Song. Lisa Kelly did that one for years. I love that. And Sive. We actually got to
I
do
was just
Sive.
thinking, I was like, will I say Sive?
Yeah,
Sive's
yeah.
amazing.
I hope that makes an appearance again sometime, because that's a lot of fun. I love doing that one.
Yeah, that's a great one. Cool. And to the final question for Chloë Agnew for today. How satisfying is it to return to Celtic Woman? And that's from Peffel James. I apologise if I say that name wrong.
Oh, it's been a wonderful opportunity to revisit a chapter in my life that, you know, Celtic Woman is such a big part of who I am, like, and it always will be. And I think moving away for so many years and getting to figure out who I am as a person and as an artist outside of this show has been one of the most liberating. It was also one of the scariest things I ever did, but coming home, and I do say that, coming home to this has made me realize what a piece of my jigsaw this will always be, you know. And I think it's bizarre. I know 2020 was supposed to be the celebration anniversary tour and all of that, and the world turned upside down, but in some strange way I think all of this now is kind of the way it was supposed to be for us. I think us having we'd never have had an opportunity, I don't think, to do something like Postcards of Art from Ireland if that hadn't happened, and getting to be part of the group now that is so special. Like, as I said, the bond we have with each other, the newfound appreciation for what we do, the newfound appreciation for having a loyal fan base who continue to love and support us and come out time and time again is been really, really special. It's confirmed so many wonderful things for me about why this will always be a special part of my life, and I've just been more thankful than ever to have the opportunity to be back part of this world in a completely different way, as a different person, and I'm so thankful to the love and just the support from amazing people who've come out this tour to show the love and to make me feel so welcome back again. It's been really special. So I'm gonna end it there before I start crying.
I'm gonna start crying. I don't think I'm ready for this.
Yeah, it's been really special.
Chloë Agnew, this has been an absolute treat, and what an honour for me to interview
Thank
the
you,
best
Cal.
of the best.
Love you all. Thank you so much.
See you soon, guys.